use a cumulative frequency curve to to find the median and the quartile deviation. Remember, we used the calculations and we found that the median was 41.81. The upper quartile was 52. The lower quartile was 29.5. So we are going to use another way called an ogive. So an ogive is a cumulative frequency curve. All we have to do is get the cumulative frequencies like before, then get the upper class limits. The upper class limits. Now, the upper class limits means upper class limits of each class. But we should not forget the lower limits of the lower class. Now, the upper class limit of this is 19.5. This one for this class is 29.5. That means between 29 and 30 is 29.5. Here it is 39.5. Here it will be 49.5, 59.5, 69.5. Now, then we start plotting the cumulative frequencies against the upper class limits. So we plot cumulative frequencies against upper class limits. Meaning, we get this on your graph paper or in your graph book. You should have something like this. So we shall have the upper class limits here. This is the x-axis. You get the upper class limits. These are the heights in centimeters. Then along this y-axis, you have the cumulative frequencies. Cumulative frequencies. Can just write in short. They range from 0 to 100. They range up to 100. So we can have 10, 20, 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So now, the upper class limits, we shall have to break and start from, let's say, 19.5. So if we have 19.5 here, 19.5, the next one will be 29.5. Here. The next one will be 39.5 here. 39.5. We shall have 49.5 here, 59.5, and lastly 69.5. So that's a good range. And the last one that we are not plotting is 9.5. So you can just have it here, 9.5, and here you can have 0. So we have 9.5 for this and 0 for the other one. Now we start plotting. So 19.5, we plot 9. So you should be able to get 9 from your graph. 9 is just before 10. You'll see 9 there. Then 29.5 is 25. Should be able to see 25 on your graph paper. 39.5 is 44. You'll be able to see 44 just before 45. 70 is the next one. Just 70 can be seen clearly. 90 should be seen. And lastly, 100. Now, when you draw the graph, this is how it should look like. It should look like this. Almost like S, but not S. So you draw your graph so that it looks like that. Now, it should not hang. You should join it to 9.5 so that it doesn't hang. So here it should actually go that way. So it should almost look like that, an elongated S. Not straight. Should be somehow like a curve. Should like that. So now, after having drawn, labeled all the axes, the next is to answer the questions very easily. Now, to get the median, we get a half of 50, 100, which is the 50th. The 50th, we take a ruler, the 50th, take a ruler here, draw a broken line there, then go downwards. Up to there. Now, we have to do our mathematics. From 39 to 45, those ones are 10. Therefore, there are 10 lines here. So you have to count 1, 2, 3. Now, so you say 39.5. 39.5 plus you get around 2 or 3 plus around 2. You'll get 41.5. I think I do it way ahead. This one is slightly behind. So it's around 2 units from this 39.5. So the answer is around 41.5, which is not different from what we got, 41.8. So this one is more rough than the other one. Now, about the quartile deviation, we have to get the upper quartile, quartile 3. We take 3/4 of 100 is the 75th. The 75th, we come and check 75 between 80 and 70. Between 80 and 70, then you take your ruler, the straight line. You draw your line. Then you go downwards in a parallel manner to the y-axis. You will see 49.5 plus 3. 49.5. Because there are 3 units, there are 1 or 2 or 3. 1. Sorry, here. Let's say this is 50, 51, 52. So the answer is around 52 plus 2. So you can see the answer is around 52 or 51 plus 2.5, something like that. So the answer is almost 52, just like what we got, or a 51.5. If you get 51.5, that is also okay. Now, what about the lower quartile? We get a quarter of 100 is 25th. The 25th item, we come here. This happens to be exact. Actually, it's on the line, which is so good that we actually don't have to. You can see the 25th happens to be 29.5. Exactly, like what we found with the calculations. Therefore, the quartile deviation is a half of 52 minus 29.5. So we get 11.25. So your answer should range between 11 to 12. So that's how we find the median and the quartiles from the frequency distribution, cumulative frequency curve or ogive. Remember, this is not a polygon, frequency polygon. So it is a curve. So it should look like this. It should look like something like that. So we are going to have another example.